Wow, I'm kind of out of breath. Well, welcome to Homestead Diary. This is Amber, and I have been working really hard to pick up trash. It's trash day, it's Tuesday. So much garbage around this place. And then the goats are getting caught up in the goat fencing over here. And so John's working on extending their pasture to include all that lush vegetation. And then I laid out the garden the other day in the rain, and now the wind is blowing it around, so I'm rushing to put wood on the cardboard. And I'm like, God, with all of the factories shutting down and being burnt up and collapsing and on fire, and I mean, they're literally destroying our food processing so fast, so rapidly. It's I used to say I was going to save the world. I used to tell my mom, I'm going to save the world, I'm going to save the world. And then I thought, well, I'm not going to save, all the people in the world. Maybe I'm just going to save the world itself. So I studied ecology, and I went to school and I studied about the earth and the earth systems and water systems and soil and trees and fish and how everything interacts together. And then I joined the army. And and then I thought, well, maybe it's like, with the Mayan shifting consciousness, there's going to be tons of, natural disasters, and I'm going to go into the military so that I can be very knowledgeable on air, soil, and water purification, and I'm going to, save the people that are, the most devastated by Gaia Mother Earth's wrath from our destructive behavior, and, so I did that. And then I got out of the military and I studied ocean, earth, and atmospheric sciences for my master's degree, education, anthropology, natural resource management. I got 2 master's degrees, one professional and one thesis-based. So then I was like, okay, so now we're doing like agroforestry and agriculture and, community-based survival techniques. And, people are just not ready. No matter how much for 15 years I've been trying to get a community going, people are just not ready. They're comfortable. They're too creatures of habit. They're too... I've been going to the same donut shop for 15 years or 25 years or 50 years, and I'm happy there, and they know me, and they know what I like, and they let me go in without a mask on, or they wouldn't ask me for my, vaccine ID, passport thing, or my chip, my implant, or my digital wallet, or my, one world currency, or mark of the devil. They wouldn't make me do that. They wouldn't. And I started thinking, I wonder if this is what God feels like, when he has this whole kingdom of heaven, and all you got to do is try to abide by love and kindness and treat the earth well and be good to your neighbor and don't covet their wife and don't do this and don't do that. It's so little. It's like such common sense that it's like, and then they don't do it, and so you have to give your only begotten son to like take their sins for them because they still can't figure it out. And then even after that, he's saying, you can sin, but not on purpose. But if you make a mistake, you can still come into heaven. Like, you can still live in the Garden of Eden. You can still be part of like heaven on earth. You can still be part of the universal energy that is like all positive and all good. And I wonder how God doesn't get sad, so sad, because I feel sad, and I can't even bring people into like a community that is just like, let's work together and make food. And yeah, I am a hard worker, and I demand a lot of people. I mean, we work constantly, except for on the Sabbath. On Saturday we went canoeing, but we still spent half the day taking care of the new animals that we got the day before. I don't know. I'm sorry. I'm super emotional right now. I've been going so hard and so fast, and yet God tells me, you got to keep going. You got to keep going. And then he says, but you have enough. Like, I'll take care of you. And I know it says that, you got to meet God halfway. And I'm just like, oh, have I done enough? I mean, I just keep going, because it's never enough until you can't do anymore, I guess. Like, you just keep going, and you give your all, as much as you can, and as often as you can, and it has to be enough. It just has to be enough, or we go to heaven, and and it's our time, and that's okay too. So I'm just like emotional right now, and so I've been working really hard, and I'm trying to get these chickens out of here before they eat all my microorganisms and all my worms. and so then God gives me the things that I need. Like, I'm like building these beds, and I go dumpster diving, and I get all this cardboard, and then I look over here and I see these huge piles of wood after I clean up this area that it was really bad, and then there's these huge piles of wood, and then and then I look around, and there's this beautiful blackberry bush, which I know that there's tons of blackberries everywhere, but still, it's right here. And then I see this grapevine here, which I need to like get up on a trellis, which John's working on, putting this fencing up, and they're going to have a nice trellis for it and take care of it. And it's like, thank you, God, for the grapevine that looks so beautiful, and it looks like it will produce us food. And so anyway, I just had to get that out, because sometimes when you work really hard and you have all these, conversations with God, and you just feel like you just got to share them, because I don't know if anyone else feels the way I feel, but I feel like they do. And I think that don't get overwhelmed, because there's so much to do before we can't do much more, except for, all the daily activities of survival. But just do something. Like, just keep doing something. Like, just do as much as you can do that day, and just keep going. And just, even if it's the wrong thing, just try to do something. And what my husband and I, it's like MEST work: matter, energy, space, and time. MEST work, just get your hands there, just start doing something. Or like when you feel like 1,000 pages have just blown into the wind that you've created, you can't give up. You got to pick up one page at a time. And so just start somewhere. And it might not be page 1, it may not be page 1,000, but it might be page 58 or 520 or whatever. But start picking them up and then putting them together, and it'll be okay. We'll be okay no matter what. No matter what happens, it'll be okay. We're going to be going to the Prepared Homestead Expo in Missouri. So if you're listening and you're interested, then we'll be there at the end of May, and we can talk. Have a blessed day. Because I'm going to have a blessed day. We are blessed. We really are. Bye.